To make langos, I'm going to start by making a pizza-like yeast dough. So, the first step, I'm going to start by proofing 1 teaspoon of instant yeast in 1/4 cup of 108-degree water. Proofing the yeast shows me that the yeast is still alive and active. Then, in another bowl, I'm going to mix together 1½ cups of Bisquick, 1/2 cup white flour, and 1/4 teaspoon garlic salt. The garlic salt is optional, and it should only be added if you're going to make a savory langos. Once the yeast has foamed a little, this shows that it is still active and alive. You can add it to the dry mixture. Now, slowly add warm water a little bit at a time until the mixture forms a ball similar to the consistency of pizza dough. Dust your counter with Bisquick or white flour. And then turn the dough out onto the dusted counter. Knead the dough until it is slightly elastic and springy, but no longer sticky. You may have to add more flour, and that's okay. Just continue to knead until you reach your consistency. You can test the consistency by gently pressing your finger onto the dough. The dough should show where your finger was, but spring back just a little. Now, grease a bowl and place your dough in the bowl. Cover and let it rise in a warm place for at least 30 minutes. While our langos dough is rising, let's make some refreshing bubbly lemonade. In Europe, their water that they drink is typically carbonated. So when you order lemonade at a restaurant, they make it from scratch and use bubbly water. This was one of the most tasty things I had while in Hungary. So to make mine, I'm going to use a variety of citrus. I have oranges, lemons, and limes, but you can use grapefruit or mint or any other things you think sound good. You also need carbonated water and a simple syrup or corn syrup. To make the lemonade, I've started by washing my fruit. Wash them very well because you will be having the rinds in your drink. Next, I'm going to slice my fruit into sections to make them easier to squeeze. I'm going to start by squeezing 1/2 of an orange, 1/4 of a lime, and 1/4 of a lemon into my glass. After I've squeezed all the fruit, I drop them into the bottom of the cup, and then use something such as a wooden spoon or a blender plunger to crush the fruit in the bottom of the glass. By crushing the fruit, it will make sure that as much juice as possible is removed, and it will also blend the flavors nicely. I'm going to remove the rinds from the cup, or you can leave the rinds in if you'd like, and add 3 tablespoons of my simple syrup or corn syrup to the mixture. I'm going to stir the juice and syrup together and add some ice cubes. Make sure to continue to stir so that everything is mixed together well. I'm going to add 8 ounces of cold carbonated water to the mixture and then stir. Add a straw and enjoy. It's that simple. Now, to continue with the langos. The langos dough has been rising for at least 1/2 hour, so I'm going to begin to heat up my oil. I use a cast iron skillet, but you can use any sort of deep frying pan or a fryer if you have one. Put at least 1 to 2 inches of oil into the cast iron skillet and heat the oil until it reaches 375 degrees. While the oil is heating, you can shape your langos dough into very thin, palm-sized circles. The circles should be about 1/8 of an inch thick and as even in thickness as possible. Gently pat the langos until they form the shape that you would like. After the oil has reached 375 degrees, gently place each langos patty into the hot oil and fry on that side until it is golden brown. When it is golden brown, use tongs or whatever else you have to carefully flip the langos to fry the other side. After the langos looks deliciously golden brown on both sides, remove it from the oil and place the langos on a plate that is lined with paper towels. The paper towels will soak up any extra oil. Continue this process with all the remaining langos. Langos can be topped with whatever you like. Traditionally, it is topped with sour cream and cheese, salt and pepper, or oil and garlic. Sweeter options also include Nutella or peanut butter or anything else you can think of.